Hi and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Yug.
And I'm Matt.
Tonight we'll be talking about the queues for the PlayStation 3.
We'll have a GAME1 roundup.
And the Wii launch list.
That was an interesting little slide.
What is
Now,
it?
normally
It's
we could just go, wee!
No, it's like a slippery slide.
Slippery slide.
Wee!
Wee!
I'm so over that.
Yes.
Anyway, moving along. Well, not moving along, actually. This is really nice. It's been a while since we've done a podcast where we can hear each other.
Yes, it has. It's been, what, 2 weeks?
No, well, I do apologise to everyone for last week's podcast. The quality was horrible. That was probably my fault, but in my defence, I really don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and in my defence also, I don't care as well. I'm just, we got it done. If you didn't like it, don't listen.
Fair enough. So yeah, we don't have that much to talk about tonight. But what we do have
yes,
to talk
we do. Don't undersell it. We have awesomeness. We have amazing, exciting news.
Well, okay. What's the news?
Damn, put me on the spot. I got nothing.
Come on, what's the news?
The main thing that I wanted to talk about that I thought was interesting is that there are already queues forming for the PlayStation 3 in the United States, which goes on sale in like 7 days now.
God, what kind of person actually... No, I'm sure there's people, rich people, that want to queue up for the PlayStation 3.
No, rich people don't queue. They've got Mexicans for that.
Oh, okay, right. So it's a bunch of Mexicans
It's just a queue of Mexicans.
Right, okay.
And when you go past, they all put their hands up one after the other.
Right. Why?
It's just a Mexican wave.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on. That was kind of funny.
No, not really. Anyway, okay, so there's queues for the PlayStation 3.
Yes, there are. There are already queues. Now, I think this is really interesting because
there's no queues in Australia.
Because
it doesn't come out here till March.
No, it's just particularly interesting because you have to be such a crazy fanboy to queue up for something 7 days before it comes out. And also, what sort of life do you have that you can take 7 days out of your life to just sit in a queue for a video games console?
It's always the fans, the fanatics that can do that. That can afford to do that. Star Wars queues or queues for movies.
You've got to take it pretty seriously to go, you know, boss, I need a week off.
Yeah, what for? I got to queue up for this movie. Some people go on holidays. They go to the Gold Coast. They go to the beach, skiing. You know, other people
skiing at the Gold Coast.
Skiing at the Gold Coast, which there is an ice world. Or
really?
there's a
Are you
making
this up?
No, there's a snow world. I'm not sure if it's called Snow World, but there's a snow something at the Gold Coast where you can literally go in, rug up in snow gear, and go skiing down a snow slope.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to someone a while ago, this was a couple of years ago now, who was saying that they were actually looking at the feasibility of putting in a ski resort in the Gold Coast hinterland.
Is there snow up there?
There was going to be. They were going to get some.
Oh, okay.
That was about my impression as well. They were actually going to make artificial snow on the Gold Coast.
I mean, fair enough. It's just kind of the marketing for it's a bit sort of backwards. You know, come to the Gold Coast for the beautiful snow.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't
Lots
really...
of beaches, bikini-clad women, and skiing.
Snow, yeah.
Snow.
Bikini-clad women skiing. I've got no problem with that.
There would certainly be.
And you know what? That leads nicely into discussion about GAME1.
It does.
Actually, we just thought we'd give a quick GAME1 roundup for anyone that didn't see the 2 billion photos that I posted in the forums.
There was actually only 1.5 billion.
Oh, okay, my mistake.
Yeah, no.
And
understandable.
And the YouTube videos as well. I think they gave a good impression of what it was like to be there. What? Why are you staring at me?
Because you're just all like dynamic. Yeah, what it was like to be there.
I'm trying to be enthusiastic. I can be a bit more laid back if you want.
No, that's fine.
No, it's all right, Matt. What did you want to talk about?
No, it was GAME1 was interesting. GAME1 was part of AutoSalon. I think everyone who's listened to this would know that by now.
It was really exciting.
Oh, for Christ's sake, just get on with it.
I had a lot of fun. There were games there, and it was good.
You done?
Not really.
Oh God. Anyway, GAME1 was part of AutoSalon, and so it was pretty much you had to fight your way through a bunch of semi-naked women and cars, and the kind of guys who hang around with semi-naked women and cars.
It was very
to get to it.
It was very entertaining. The whole thing was I think the best description I've got for it is it was entertainment. I mean, you can.
Oh yeah.
It has its critics. A lot of people going, well, I mean, there wasn't
detractors.
It may not have been as technical, or there weren't
as sort of in
depth sort of thing. But it wasn't trying to be. It was just trying to be big, flashy, and entertaining, which is fine.
I mean, there were dancing girls, for Christ's sake.
Semi-naked, actually. Constantly.
Then again, I think E3 has...
all the time, to the same goddamn music, actually, I have to say.
Yeah?
Like, every, 2 hours or so, it was like Justin Timberlake, Sexy Black, with the girls up there dancing.
I noticed a certain amount of Black Eyed Peas as well.
Yeah, Black Eyed Peas, that was another one.
Your Mama, I think it was?
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't really...
Mama?
Don't
Hey
know.
Mama, yeah.
I'm not up with all the hip
Hey
music
Mama.
these days.
You're probably not either. I'm probably cooler than you now. Yes! I take the crown.
No, you really don't.
No, I really don't.
No. But look, Game 1 was great, and to everyone that actually came and saw our booth, thank you for coming. To everyone that actually came out and got pissed with us, the Xbox Zone guys, the Xbox Zone Game On guys, Sniper Extreme, Flying Fridge, Ashwin from Orin, Ben from Activision,
Mr.
Shush from Xbox Zone.
Oh, was he from Xbox Zone?
Yeah.
Oh, he was
most
too.
of those guys were. Why are we going all high pitched?
I don't know.
But that was good fun. It was just, I don't know. We had a really good time in the booth.
Good fun.
And we'll be in Sydney, of course, in 4 weeks' time. I was speaking to Oracle because, he's got big shoes to fill because AJ is pretty much responsible for things working.
Yeah, AJ rocked.
Melbourne.
AJ rocked to a degree that no one but Queen has rocked before.
Or maybe the Queens of the Stone Age.
That was stupid.
I don't know.
You know that bit of your brain that says, no, don't say that, that's stupid?
Actually, no, I really don't.
You need that.
I really don't know that bit of the brain.
Buy one on eBay.
One thing I did enjoy, people that actually met us at Game 1 said, wow, you guys are exactly like you are on the podcast. This isn't faked. No. We don't fake this talking or arguments or anything like that. We really don't enjoy each other's company, and we really argue all the time. And
the funny thing is, when the podcast finishes, when we press stop, it continues.
Yeah.
Like after that for about another half an hour, because we've usually got like business sort of matters to attend to and stuff to talk about and what the hell we're going to do for the comic and all that kind of stuff. So we'll talk about that for a little bit. And it's exactly the same as this. We're just not recording.
Yeah, it's probably a little less funny.
Less funny,
but it's a lot more abusive.
It has a lot more swear words.
Oh, yeah. Very much so. But I do remember a nice thing when we were actually going to bed on Saturday night. We're back at the apartment and Starks was actually crashing on the ground.
Right.
And what?
Just when you say we were going to bed, just say it careful, all right?
Oh, there are 2 different beds.
There was 3 of us, too.
Well, Starks took the double. Yeah, he was the little spoon. No, I'm kidding. But it was just funny because trying to get sleep and kept just going back and forth. Just, I hate you. What do you? Yeah. Anyway, but look, Game 1 was really good. And yeah, what I was trying to say is I was talking to Oracle because he's got big shoes to fill. Because Oracle's got to, of course, provide a lot of the things for us in Sydney as well. And he's actually got his own little almost fan club that's going to be there to see him from the Game Arena forums. I didn't actually realise this, but they're going to have a meet up, and he's like one of those American stars that sort of goes to Japan and has all the little girls sort of chasing after.
That's my goal, is to be one of those guys.
I'm not American. Or to be one of the girls chasing after Oracle.
That'll be fine. Anything, as long as I get some.
Either way, yeah, fair enough. But look, Game 1 was good. We got E-Games coming up in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, and next weekend.
And just to let you know, me and Matt will be there. We will have a booth, although we'll be a bit more busy. We're emceeing a lot of the events up on stage. Plus, we're giving out a lot of prizes and awards, and we're going to have a camera crew, I think.
We're still confirming and finalising that, but apparently there's going to be some morons following us around.
Yeah, we are going to be there. We're going to be having a bit more of a hands-on approach. And I did put a post up in the forum saying anyone that actually wants to come to our booth and help us look after it so no one steals stuff.
Bear in mind, if you are someone who would steal stuff, this is a golden opportunity not to be missed.
Yeah, that's right. But I think at the moment it's probably, I'd probably say Sniper and Fridge, actually. Top of the ranks, mainly because they came to Game 1 and they seemed like they wouldn't steal stuff.
I'm not sure about that fridge guy.
I don't know. He's a bit shifty, isn't he?
He's a bit shady.
I mean, you look at all those photos. He looks a bit possessed. You know,
Why
honestly.
do you reckon he got the name Flying Fridge?
I don't know. Maybe he threw a fridge.
He doesn't
the
look
window.
that strong.
Okay, maybe
he's tallish. He's quite tall,
he got
but
hit by a flying fridge.
That's a possibility, like in Siam Sunset. Have you seen that movie?
Is that with Pierce Brosnan?
No, it was a movie. No, that was another one you're thinking
After
of.
the Sunset.
Whatever.
Siam Sunset was with Rosie. No.
It was an English guy anyway, and he's sitting out on the deck with his wife one day. And
it's an Australian movie.
Yeah, it's an Australian movie, and a fridge
falls
from
on
a
her.
plane and kills her, and he can never tell anyone what happened to his wife without them laughing.
Yeah.
But his wife was killed.
Yeah.
So it is quite tragic, but...
It's tragic but funny, because it's like she got hit by a fridge and died.
But I actually wonder if Flying Fridge's name came from the Macs. You know how they had the flying toasters for a while? You know, that was like this big...
No, I really don't know what you're talking
screensavers,
about.
like the flying windows that
Yes.
that PCs had. They had these flying toasters with actual wings and stuff on them. And I wonder if it might be
this whole thing,
part of the same flying
this
kitchen.
whole podcasty question here could easily be avoided by just asking him in the forums. Or no doubt he'll tell us.
Who will tell us now?
Yeah.
But I bet it's part of the flying kitchen ensemble.
It's a flying troop.
It's the flying white goods of Mac, I suspect. That's it.
What?
I knew there was another thing we had to talk about.
You scared the crap out of me, man.
There was another thing we had to talk about, and I finally found out from my little brain what it was.
God.
But not by doing your little thinking backwards thing that still freaks me out.
Yeah.
Yoke's drinking red wine, by the way. I don't know if I'm supposed to mention that.
No, you're not supposed to mention that, but it's because I went to a friend's going away party, and my housemate is actually going away dinner tonight, and I went out, and it was a restaurant, licensed, bring BYO. Oh.
You done?
Yeah, I'm so done.
I don't really care what you've had to drink.
What is your point? Before you forget it again, you old man.
I haven't forgotten this point. I was trying to make it when you started ranting about
what's your
and
point?
Licensed BYO.
God,
anyway,
you just ramble on.
The point
you're
is
the
that you're drinking red wine and you've got like traces of red all through your gums, and it makes you look like a zombie because there's all this like red mungy stuff.
Maybe
in your
I
gums.
am a zombie.
Maybe you are. That would explain a great deal.
Yeah. What did you forget?
IDG.
Internet Developer Gamers.
I think that's the acronym. Anyway, seeing as E3 is now defunct.
Yes. Defunct.
Where it was previously
defunct.
It was previously funked and now it has been defunct.
Okay, yes, I get it.
Is being replaced. There's a new convention happening at the same time by the people that make GamePro magazine. Are starting a public non-media show to run parallel with the tattered remnants of E3 that'll be running for media only next year.
A public media, non-media show.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the media are allowed to go, but it isn't a media show, it's a public show.
Okay, so it's just going to be, they're going to try and make it as big, as flashy, and as entertaining, but targeted towards anyone, not just media.
Exactly.
Okay.
I just thought it was interesting that with that...
Isn't that PAX?
No, well, PAX isn't really. I mean, maybe it is to a degree, but only because that's what's left. But how many?
Don't get me wrong. I don't think that it's.
How many gaming shows are there in Australia?
3.
How many? So you're saying the US cannot support as many gaming shows as Australia?
No, there's not enough.
They just don't have the market.
No,
it's such a small market compared to Australia.
Yeah.
Which of course is why everything comes out here first.
Damn straight it does, like the DS.
Like the DS and
and the DS launch games.
Yes. You know what I like? I like when they bring out launch games for a system before the console. I love that. When they come out like the week before.
What a good lead-in, actually, to talk about the Wii launch.
That is actually a pretty good
We were
lead-in.
a little bit lost as to things to talk about, and we're looking at some
Can you not say that? Can you not say we have no idea what we're doing, but we figured we'd make up a bunch of crap?
Wow,
you just not...
You know what? I think that's our mantra.
That should be on the site. You know where it says we support all these games? Well, it should be, we have no idea what we're talking about, so we'll just make up a bunch of crap.
I was reading a forum post, actually. I think it may have been on Hyper, how they were bagging out Voox and Aussie Nintendo, because there was a big thing, and Oracle posted the link on the front of our site saying that you could actually pre-order a Wii at Toy World, I think
Toys
it was. Toys R Us. And if you pre-order it, you got a free game. But then it turned out that the free game was actually a pre-selected free game, and it was like Wii Sports or something. Or
I thought Wii Sports came with it anyway.
Well, it's either Wii Sports or Wii Play. Whichever one doesn't automatically come with it is the one that you pre-selected that got through.
It's not
Zelda.
It's not Zelda.
Exactly. And a lot of people were pissed off about that. And apparently there was a thing, Toys R Us saying, we never said that. We never actually came out and said that's the deal. That was the deal. I don't know why people have gone on top of that. And there was a forum post saying how inaccurate and how bad websites are at actually reporting news and things like that. And I think I jumped on at the end and I'm like, well, look, if you want some really inaccurate and out of date and information, you should check out AustralianGamer.com.
Nice.
I thought it was a shameless plug, That,
yeah, absolutely.
That really no one could insult us any further. So
it's always
I'll take the opportunity.
It's always good to start from a low standard.
Well, yeah, I mean, then you can't get much lower. So
no, absolutely.
And if they do, well, good on them.
Who?
If they take it lower.
If they take it lower.
The insult's low. If they do it
I see.
lower,
I
then
mean,
they can't. That's good effort on their part.
No, I get it now.
Right. Okay.
I'm with you.
I had to explain that.
Yep.
Okay.
We
launched this. Okay, now we're just going to go through this because I was a little bit confused.
We had a bit of an...
it wasn't an argument sort of thing, but
No, not with us. I had an argument with someone at work about this, and it turns out I'm wrong, which I hate. I'm not used to being wrong.
God, I love it. But yeah, look, the whole thing was that the Wii isn't actually launching with as many first-party games as was thought, like Mario. But Zelda is one of the titles that launched.
It's always a bit tedious, the whole launch list, because a lot of the really anticipated games end up being either not coming out for a while or they're like launch window, which is actually 3 months.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's really
it could come out as much as like 2.5 months.
Just to quickly scan through this list, which I'm actually reading off Vooks.net, very reliable source. They have a podcast which is higher than ours.
Yeah, we
right now,
made fun of them not last week but 2 weeks ago about how we'd beaten them, but they've beaten us again.
But
so I'm very unhappy about that.
New subscription sort of thing?
Yeah, that's in new subscriptions.
So we've obviously just got so many
We think we've actually reached saturation point
that's
now
right,
where everyone is now subscribed to Australian Gamer Podcast, and there's no one new.
Of course we'd be further down that list.
So
that makes a lot of sense.
The only option now is to open new markets.
Yeah.
We're thinking of moving to the US and becoming American Gamer.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it is a much smaller market than Australia, but still, if we
because they only have one Game Expo, so
they only have like one Game Expo.
Anyway, just to skim through them, if you've got anything to say about any of the titles,
okay,
you've got Avatar: The Last Airbender,
which I don't know anything about.
That's actually based on a cartoon.
I knew that. I knew it was based on a cartoon.
It's being made by THQ here in Brisbane, actually.
Really?
Yeah, for what it's worth.
Let's harass them about that.
Yeah. Blazing Angel Squadrons of World War II, which managed to come out on every other system 6 months ago, I think.
Yeah, but it'll have the Wii controller.
I kind of wonder about that. Wiimote. All these games which have already come out on the 360, they're coming out on the Wii. Are they actually going to be taking full advantage of the extra control system?
I don't think they would come out if they didn't. I don't think they'll
rubbish. I think they would. It's easy enough for publishers to just port it over. It's not to say that this flying game is automatically going to take advantage of the complex.
I don't think they would do that. I don't think they would just go, yeah, let's just bring it over and we'll just make it go left and right. It's a launch game. People won't play it unless it uses the Wiimote. People will
play it. Okay, the next one, Disney Pixar's Cars. All right, now I can imagine the publisher just going, "Hey, Nintendo Wii's launching. Yeah, let's throw that game on there."
Do you reckon that, or do you because I wouldn't think there would be any games that would launch without supporting the Wiimote, at least to some contrived degree.
Okay, contrived degree. But who's to say? I would actually be wondering: is Disney Pixar's Cars? Is that actually going to be using the technique where you can actually turn it on its side and drive it? Because I don't know. I don't know either. How easy is the Wii to program for in that respect?
I think the more important question to ask is Disney Pixar's Cars going to be any good? Regardless of whether it uses the Wiimote in
I played it on the Xbox. It was alright.
It was alright?
Yeah, it was alright. Anyway, Call of Duty 3 is also coming out. I wonder how that's going to look. Anyway.
Yeah, I would think we'd be taking some compromises there.
Far Cry Vengeance,
which should be shooty.
GT Pro Series,
which should be very drivey.
by Ubisoft actually, which is interesting.
Oh.
Happy Feet, based on the Disney movie.
Should be happy. Animation.
With Robin Williams, yeah.
Which should be highly, highly dodgy because it's another kids. I think the worst type of game.
I've heard things about Happy Feet and that it would.
All right. Well, I'm just going to say for the record that games based on movies are bad. Games based on kids'
you're on the record.
movies.
You're on the record. Kids movies, yeah.
Games based on kids movies are particularly bad.
Lego Star Wars. No, it's not a kids movie.
No. And that's obviously there are exceptions, but can you think of that many? And there are a few. I mean, you look at The Lion King. Do you remember the old Lion King game?
Aladdin on the old SNES server?
Yeah. There are a few. There are exceptions, but you know what? That's a little while ago now.
No, they're awesome, man.
And they're still
awesome.
No,
fair enough. No, I see what you're saying. I get it. Madden NFL 07. I do wonder how many people in Australia actually care about Madden.
Yeah, I don't even know why they keep bringing those games out. But I think they
surely there must be people here that actually buy them and love them.
I think if there are enough people here, they probably figure there's enough to make it justifiable. And hell, they've already got the game, so why the heck not?
How many people actually buy Madden compared to like the AFL games?
You mean in Australia?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think many. I wouldn't think there would be.
I don't know. I mean, we're not really big sports gamers ourselves, so.
But I would think also that like every expat, US expat would be buying.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, this is the Australian law. I mean, this is coming out in Australia, so.
You know what an expat is, don't you?
Expat.
All right, I'll use little words. Although I thought I'll use littler words. An expat is expatriate, someone who has come from another country and is living here.
Oh, okay.
My point is that Americans who are living here, a lot of them would buy it.
Yeah, there's not that many Americans living here, though.
No, but they probably figure that's enough of a market still. That
well, anyway, I guess they're launching it, and we don't really care.
No, we don't at all.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance,
which
I don't really know anything about, but Oracle said he had a go of it in Supernova actually in Sydney, just gone by.
Yeah.
He said it's alright.
It'll probably be fun. Action RPG.
Monster 4x4 World Circuit. I know nothing about that.
No, I believe I saw a bit of that playing, and
really?
It looks like actually quite bland driving game.
Okay. Need for Speed Carbon. Well, we all know what that's about. Thank you. Great.
That tasted good.
God. Open Season. Another one based on a CGI film. Rampage Total Destruction, which...
judging by how bad previous versions of this game have been, this one's got to offer some new stuff. You would have to be able to hit the TV with the Wiimote.
Look, Rampage Total Destruction, don't forget, AJ actually reviewed that on the
Didn't he review
PlayStation
it that
2.
Was appalling?
Yes, he did.
That's my point.
Yeah. Well,
where are you going with that?
Because it's the same game.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Judging by how appalling previous versions of this have been...
This is the same version.
It's clearly not exactly the same. It's a port.
It's not clearly exactly the same, actually. There's nothing clear about it.
When I said versions, I'm sorry, what do you want me to say instead of versions? Iterations?
The ones on the other
previous
systems.
Ports?
It's not previous at all. This is the same version.
No, what is the time now?
2.
What is the time? What is the date today? Is it after the other ones came out? Because if it's after, then the other ones are previous.
Yeah, you look really funny wearing glasses and the headphone things, You look like a bit of a cosmonaut. So
you've got no answer, so you're just going into personal stupidities.
Personal what? Personal stupidities.
Yeah.
Is that an actual phrase? Personal stupidities.
When you join two words together, it's a phrase. Going to shops is a phrase.
Going to shops
is a phrase.
Do you going to shops very often?
No. You are remarkable. You know how sometimes you drink?
Yes.
And you're
sometimes. Occasionally.
And you're
yes,
unusually bright.
No, keep talking.
God, I hate it when you do this.
I know seriously. You do. I know.
Anyway.
Yes.
Sometimes when you drink, you're unusually bright. This is not one of these times.
Okay.
And it's very, very difficult.
No, I know. You're absolutely right. It's horribly terrible. Difficult to continue. Rayman Raving Rabbids. Rabbids, not rabbits. Which actually looks really cool.
It does look like fun.
And mainly because I just think those rabbits are the coolest character designs that I've seen in a long time.
The constantly screaming cartoon rabbit, I think, is a winner.
Look, just something about them appeals to me. The game might be completely crap, but I want to play it because of those rabbits.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Their whole marketing campaign, it's worked on me.
Yeah.
You've got Red Steel.
Yeah, Red Steel looks really cool. One thing I like about Red Steel is that it actually looks like one of the few games that's kind of particularly serious. A lot of them look a little bit kiddie.
Yeah. Although I do question how good the sword mechanics are, because I've heard iffy things about that.
Yeah, that will be a big test of it.
SpongeBob SquarePants, Creatures from the Krusty Krab, don't know anything about it. Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz, I'm sure that'll be fun with the Wii Remote.
Yeah, Super Ball,
Ant Bully,
Super Monkey Ball's always
don't
good.
care. Legend of Zelda
Sorry,
Twilight.
the Ant Bully is another one of those
based on a computer animated game.
Now, I have to say, for the record, there's a few too many of those for my liking. I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah, so
I'm going to get it.
The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, what more can be said? We did
that's the gold. That's the gold one.
We saw it being played at GAME1. I played it as well. I played through the level. Did you play through it? Or?
I actually didn't. There was a queue of about 25,000 people to play the thing, and about 50 billion
there was a big
Zelda.
queue, and it tended to be all for Zelda, and they'd go around the queue, and usually like about 10 or 15 down the line, they'd be yelling out things like, and who wants to play Excite Truck? And there'd be someone like 10 or 15 down the line, they'd go, yeah, me, and they'd pull them to the front of the queue because everyone else wanted to play Zelda.
Yeah.
And I thought Zelda looked like a good GameCube game, personally. Yeah. It didn't actually look amazing. The graphics were it was that sort of flat text 3D sort of look. A lot of the things they weren't very glistening or shiny or 3D. They were fairly flat textured looking.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Not a lot of depth.
I had no problem with that. Zelda and the mechanics were really cool. It worked really well. My arm didn't get tired when I was sitting down as well, whereas my arm got tired when I played the Wii Play.
Right.
For what it's worth.
Zelda looks to be a really good one. It's going to be the big seller.
It'll be a system seller to be sure.
Yeah, and it won't just sell very well. I mean, obviously it will sell very well, but it will be one that actually pushes the console itself
absolutely.
as well.
You've got Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent. I would love to know what extra features they're going to have using the Wii Remote for that one, actually.
Yeah, you know what? Of any games, that actually could have some potential for some really interesting gameplay mechanics.
But I just honestly believe they'll pass it up.
I think they will, but I think the next one...
At least in this iteration, yeah. Tony Hawk's...
Did you just say iteration?
Yeah. What?
I said iteration before. It seems like you learned a word.
Maybe I did.
Podcast word of the day.
Iteration. Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam.
I actually have criticised this one in the past. And I haven't seen it running yet, but I'm willing to give Tony Hawk another go, seeing as I enjoyed playing 8 so much.
It was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
I haven't actually enjoyed a Tony Hawk game since, I think, 2.
2 was, I think, the pinnacle of the series.
2 or 3, I can't remember which one it was.
I think 3 was your one, but 2 was the one we used to play on the PCs.
Yeah, that one. It was that one. And I played a bit of 3 as well, but I just never got into it as much as 2, and I loved it.
I was the same. Look, 2 for me, and I played 3, I touched on 4, and I played quite a bit of Underground.
Yeah.
And just lost me after that. I was just like, oh, look, I'm just bored now. It's a bit gimmicky, and
I had trouble with the combos, I'll be honest. It just got to a point where I just wasn't very good at it anymore, and I just didn't seem to be getting the hang of it. Well, it still does
the combo, and I mean, they're all still there, and it's great. I mean, but it's just a couple of the extra features and stuff. It's like they've looked at the whole series on the whole and refined it and added some really cool features.
You mean in 8?
In 8, yeah. And it looks fantastic.
Well, for a start, it's on the 360, and the main...
But it's made for the 360. Don't forget, there was Tony Hawk Underground 2 on the 360 initially.
Oh, yeah. But even then, with guns, a lot of them... I mean, for quite a while, the Tony Hawk series has looked, frankly, a little bit tired, because it's come from basically a original PlayStation.
Original PlayStation, yep.
And it seems like they've only just mildly updated it for each successive game, for each generation.
Well, they have.
Yeah, I know. But it always looked a bit flat.
Yeah.
And it's good, but 8 doesn't it? It looks really lush. And
it does
nice
look good,
and
that
slow motion effect and seeing the feet is awesome. It is a great look.
I do wonder what Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam is going to be like. I mean, we don't know.
Like. The concept of using the Wiimote itself as a skateboard,
to do tricks on a skateboard, that is awesome. But I wonder.
Is good.
Once again, I wonder how much it'll be utilised. These are all things that we'll find out, I guess, when it's released.
We will.
Or if we can get our hands on it beforehand, which hopefully we should be able to at these expos or the Wii tour that's going around. We'll see. We'll find out. Wii Sports, which we did get our grubby little hands on at GAME1 as well.
Now, Wii Sports comes with it, right? Yeah. Wii Sports is bundled with the console, so quite frankly, that doesn't even have to be that good. It just has to be a bit of fun.
Yeah, but it's a good example of
what can be done.
What can be done. You know, you got the bowling, you got the
and you know what? It really is fun. I played a bit of the tennis, and I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, no, it is. It is good. Wii Play, which I found really, really, really touchy with the Wii Remote, actually.
Yeah.
It had a Duck Hunt sort of style game on it, which was just, it was really, I don't know if maybe I was standing too close to the TV, or I only won by 1 point against the guy I was playing against, but it was really touchy. It felt like a light gun at
Something
that point.
else that's worth pointing out is that apparently the Wii Play game isn't for sale as a separate game either. It actually comes with a second remote. When you buy a second Wiimote, you get Wii Play.
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't realise that either.
I guess
there are a couple of other games that are coming out a little after.
But we can't be bothered.
No, I actually can.
No, we really can't.
I can be bothered just running through them quickly, alright?
Alright, fine.
I could have done it by now if you just let me go.
Just talk.
Dragon Ball Z, the fighting game, Excite Truck. These are all coming in basically 2007, or to be announced, which means 2007. Trauma Center, Second Opinion, which actually looks quite fun because of the possibility for slicing and dicing. Metal Slug Anthology, which I'm pretty keen on because Metal Slug rules. And WarioWare, Smooth Moves, which, while not exactly sure when it's coming out, it should be pretty soon.
I did play that at GAME1 as well.
Yeah, that one's been available. And
once again,
it's listed as launch window, which means it'll be out within 3 months.
It's WarioWare, you know what you're getting, and
exactly.
You know it's fun.
It should be fun. It should be cool.
Yeah. So cool. I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Yeah. I think that'll do it for this week. We've talked long enough. Apologies to anyone that might be having a little bit of trouble accessing the website as well. We're just changing servers at the moment. Anyone that noticed a big message saying you've exceeded your bandwidth last month, that was our fault.
Because we exceeded our bandwidth.
Because we exceeded our bandwidth because we're so awesome.
Yeah, we're so cool that our bandwidth just got exceeded.
Yeah. And but we're rectifying that. We're fixing things, and things will be back to normal.
Do you reckon the word rectify comes from rectum?
No.
Right. I just wondered because I'm so interested in etymology.
In rectums.
You are.
You are. All right. Cheers. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We will actually talk to you next week, either live from eGames or live from AJ's apartment.
I suspect live from AJ's apartment because the whole eGames thing worked so badly. But I actually reckon we should try and record something there.
We'll see how
just
we go.
Just annoy people as they walk past.
We'll see how we go. But thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll talk to you again next week.
No, we won't.
Bye.